This is the comparison you hear everywhere. In every social media group, every chat room, every speculative article. Is Pi Network the next Bitcoin? Will it become the Bitcoin for the masses? On the surface, this seems like a ridiculous comparison. We are pitting the undisputed king of cryptocurrency, a trillion-dollar asset that has fundamentally changed the financial industry, against a project that hasn't even fully launched its open mainnet. But this comparison, despite often having many shortcomings, is extremely necessary. Because to understand Pi, you have to understand what it is not. And to do that, we must compare it to the original blueprint. In the next 40 minutes, we will stage an epic showdown. We will compare Pi and Bitcoin, not based on hype or price, but based on first principles: vision, technology, economics, and community. This is the comprehensive comparison you need to truly understand both. This is Pi versus Bitcoin. Part 1. Vision. Satoshi versus the Stanford PhDs. Every great project begins with a vision. The visions of Bitcoin and Pi could not be more different. Bitcoin's vision, the cypherpunk uprising. Bitcoin was born in 2008 from the ashes of a financial crisis. Its creator, the anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, was part of the cypherpunk movement. They distrusted governments and banks. Bitcoin's vision was to create a sovereign currency, a decentralized, censorship-resistant money that no single entity could control. It was a political and technological rebellion. Its white paper is a technical masterpiece for a trustless peer-to-peer monetary system. Pi's vision, the Social Inclusion Project. Pi was born in 2019 at Stanford University, in the era of social media and smartphones. As we saw in the white paper analysis, its vision is not to overthrow the system, but to make crypto accessible within that system. The goal is mass adoption through simplicity. It embraces identity verification, KYC. Operates within a centralized corporate structure, as we saw in video number 6, and aims to become a currency used by billions for everyday transactions. Analysis. This is the fundamental difference. Bitcoin was built by an anonymous idealist to exist outside the system. Pi is being built by identified scholars to exist inside the system, but on its own terms. This philosophical divide explains every technical and economic choice thereafter. Part 2. Technology, proof of work versus SCP. As we established in the deep technical analysis, the engine of a crypto determines its capabilities. Bitcoin's engine, proof of work, POW. Bitcoin runs on proof of work. It is a brutal competitive race where miners worldwide burn enormous amounts of energy to solve a puzzle. The winner gets to add the next block to the chain. Advantages. This is the most battle-tested, secure consensus mechanism in history. After more than 15 years, it has never been successfully attacked. It is the gold standard for security and decentralization. Disadvantages. It is extremely slow, about 7 transactions per second, extremely energy-intensive, and requires hardware that creates a high barrier to entry. Pi's engine, Stellar Consensus Protocol, CP. Pi runs on SCP. As we explained in video number 3, it is a federated voting system, not a race. Nodes reach consensus by agreeing with other nodes they trust. Advantages. It is extremely fast, thousands of transactions per second, very energy efficient, and requires low hardware, making it accessible. Disadvantages. It has a different trust model. Its decentralization and security depend on the quality and diversity of the node's trust graph, which is a significant variable. Analysis. This is a classic technical trade-off. Bitcoin prioritizes security and decentralization above all. Pi prioritizes scalability and accessibility above all. You cannot have both at the same time. They are designed for completely different purposes. Part 3. Economics. Scarcity versus abundance. This is the most important difference between the two projects and builds on our videos about tokenomics and demand. Bitcoin's economics, the digital gold story. Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million coins. It is deflationary. Its value is driven by absolute, verifiable scarcity. Bitcoin is designed to be a store of value. The goal is to hold it, not spend it. It competes with gold, not the dollar. Pi's economics, the digital cash story. Pi has a total supply of 100 billion coins. Initially, it is inflationary as new coins are distributed. Its value is intended to come from utility and network effects, not scarcity. Pi is designed to be a spending currency. The goal is to create a vibrant economy where Pi circulates. It competes with payment systems like PayPal or fiat currencies, not gold. Analysis: they are not playing the same economic game. Comparing their price per coin is an apples to oranges comparison. Asking, when will Pi reach Bitcoin's price, is like asking, when will a bus reach the speed of a Formula One car? Say, they are designed to solve different problems. Part 4. Community and distribution. Finally, let's consider the people actually using these networks. Bitcoin's distribution. The initial distribution was to a small group of cypherpunks and developers. Today, it is held by a mix of early adopters, institutions, and retail investors. Wealth is highly concentrated. On-chain data shows a small percentage of wallet addresses hold a large portion of Bitcoin's supply. Pi's distribution. Wide distribution, merit-based to tens of millions of global users from the start. It is designed for a flat, broad user base, preventing early whales from accumulating too much. The goal is to create a currency held by as many people as possible. Conclusion: not rivals, but different philosophies. So after this epic showdown, what is our verdict? Pi Network is not a Bitcoin killer, and not even a direct competitor. They are two different answers to the question, what should a digital currency be? Bitcoin is the answer from the world of cryptography and Austrian economics. It is a huge sovereign, scarce asset designed to exist outside the traditional financial system. Pi is the answer from the world of social networks and human-machine interaction. It is a social, abundant, accessible currency designed to bring millions into a new economic ecosystem. They can absolutely coexist because they are not really competing for the same purpose. We have compared Pi to the king. But what about the queen? The project it more closely resembles in ambition. The world computer? In the next Pi versus the World showdown, we will compare Pi versus Ethereum. Subscribe so you don't miss that match.